In today's video, we're going to take a look at a protocol building a social media platform, a social media network, unlike any social media networks I've ever seen in the world today, and they're building all of this on a blockchain. And that's going to be revolutionary in my view, because it allows this protocol, this social media protocol, to do a tremendous amount of unique things that traditional social media platforms cannot do. All traditional social media applications, apps, right, Facebook and Instagram, they are centralized entities controlled by a centralized group of actors, and all of the decisions that are made are controlled by that centralized entity. And then there's a lot that group, because of its centralized nature, is restricted by its expressiveness. So it can't do a ton of things that a decentralized protocol has the ability to do. And this is because of a distributed network system. These decentralized protocols are owned and operated and run and voted on by a distributed network of human beings across the entire planet. And their input for rules, for style, for collaboration, growth, treasury, all gets decided by the participants. And today we're going to look at an enormous protocol that I'm excited about called Smart Places. If you watch my Genius X multi-token ISPO video, you will see that Smart Places was one of those tokens that was a part of that multi-token ISPO. So in this channel, I never bring you anything that I just found out about, or it's like the latest trend. None of that here at this channel. Everything that I'm going to bring forth has been vetted by me and used by me for at least a year. And so Smart Places is no different. I've understood and researched this protocol over a year ago. I participated in this multi-token ISPO around a year ago. And we just had the announcement about the token generation event that they're about to undergo. And so it's a really exciting time for Smart Places. Extremely early though. It's an extremely early time for you to perhaps become aware of this fantastic protocol that is, in my view, going to gain some community and some recognition in the years to come. Okay, so let's take a look at their website. We're going to look at their website. We're going to go through their Litepaper. I think that's very valuable to take you through the Litepaper briefly. Then we're going to look at their Pioneer program. Okay, we're going to talk about what that is, which you could be a part of. It's so easy. And then we're going to look at their application. And you know, I said social media applications, right? Apps. And so the future of applications is something you might have heard of called a dApp. It's a dApp, a decentralized application. And so dApps are going to replace apps. Why? Because the way that the movement of the world is headed in is towards a decentralized environment, a decentralized way of building business, of treasury systems, and identity protection. The list goes on and on. Okay, so that is another powerful attribute to these dApps, and especially Smart Places, because your identity is protected differently. These social media companies out there now, I mean, they really do monetize your identity, right? So we're going to take a look at how this project looks and feels a little different, and you be the judge, right? You look at their website, we're going to look at their app, and you tell me if it looks state of the art, if it looks phenomenal or not so good. You're going to be able to be the judge. I'm going to point you in the direction. Let's get into it. So here we're going to check out their website. Okay, so you see it's smartplaces.io. You know, you do a general search of smart places on your internet. You're going to find their website. Here is the logo. This is the original logo. This is like the token logo. And you see how I'm sort of moving my cursor around and things sort of move in the background. It's really beautiful, you know, looking at these cryptocurrency blockchain built websites. You know, their technology to me is state of the art. Their user interface, the experience it is for the user, like me and you, to go on and to operate is something they take extremely serious. And, you know, if a project doesn't take that extremely serious, then it's not one that I'm excited about, because if their front end for the user doesn't look that good, what's it going to be like on the back end? You know, if you walk into a restaurant, in the front of the house, the experience, the host, the servers, the tables, the ambiance is crappy, well, it might be a reflection that the back of the house, the chef, the food is actually crappy. You know, that's not the case for everything, but it's just something that I'm aware of. And so here we are on the website. Okay, and so you notice as we scroll down, notice as we scroll up, look at this. This is something that we're going to go into, that it's early. Right now, there's a minting going on for their land plot NFTs. And we're going to check out what this is all about. It's why I'm urgently bringing this video to you, because there is an opportunity you might not be aware of, okay? To get started, to be early in this social media built platform. So a new era of socializing with power to the people. Okay, social ecosystem that rewards users for connecting and interacting. And it's powered by the Cardano blockchain. Cardano is the blockchain that this channel is really modeled after. We like to talk about a lot of the community and applications, the decentralized applications being built on the Cardano blockchain, as Derekonchain has been investing in Cardano since 2018. And so I know a lot about this ecosystem in this space, so I want to deliver that communication and education to you, right? And just to say up front, this is not financial advice. I am not partnered with Cardano. I'm not partnered with Smart Places. I get no incentive to buy any of these projects, to put out the information, and by no means is this a video to encourage you to invest. This is about seeing an opportunity and also learning a little bit of what the future might look like as it relates to these social media platforms. Okay, backed by Genius Yield, Genius X. This is the last multi-token ISPO video that I did. You can check that out. And then I also did one about Genius Yield. Okay, so Genius Yield, Genius X are together in partnership in how they launch. And Smart Places, okay, is a protocol building on that launch pad of Genius X. So because of that, it gives me a lot of white flags, right? It gives me a lot of comfort and security that the Smart Places protocol has been vetted extensively by the Genius X team, a team that I have a lot of respect for. Join their community right away. Okay, I join their community right away. I ask a question. I say hi, I say something, I ask some kind of question. They get back to you. They will. Join their Discord, join their social media here, ask them a question. If they don't get back to you, it's another sort of rule that I have. If they don't get back, or their community's a little rough around the edges, then I don't want to be a part of that, right? I don't want to be a part of investing my time, my energy, my resources to a project that really doesn't have a vibrant, happy, positive community, and furthermore, a project that's going to be a serious contender in the markets. And then they have a little bit of as seen, the mission behind Smart Places protocols to provide users with a new way of social interaction based on the benefits of blockchain technology. Okay, and then you can read these, and I suggest you do. Every now and then you can kind of plop on and see what they have going on. Yahoo Finance shot them out. You can add your own community. SingularityNet here, IMX, Own Your Identity. This is a really fantastic project. SingularityNet, they're doing leaps and bounds type work in the artificial generative intelligence space. And so you can add your own community here. And like we said in the intro, you're going to make your project visible for onboarding Web 2 users, because this whole revolution of Web 3 interaction is taking over the traditional Web 2 space. And how you can think about that is that the way that you're familiar with operating on the internet, going on Google, using the search engine, downloading an application, it's not that that's going to change entirely. The same layer of that interaction will happen, and then there will be additional features, additional layers of usability and expressiveness that Web3 has to offer. And when we get into their application, I'll show you and try to describe to you one of these ways that there is a difference between Web3 and Web 2. Okay, look at this. Land plot selection. Become a Smart Places pioneer. By minting, your holders of these virtual NFT land plots will be considered as Smart Place pioneers. Get rewarded for interactions that occur on the represented real-world locations. So here's the deal. If you click this button, boop, I've already clicked it. We got it open. And it's going to be over here, and we're going to check that out. Okay, let's actually continue through the website, and then we'll go into I have their Litepaper right here, and we have their Pioneer program. They're not that long, so get rewarded for social activity. By introducing Connect to Earn, you will be rewarded for interacting with others in the ecosystem. By utilizing blockchain technology, data can be monetized in a decentralized zero-knowledge environment, meaning if you don't want your data being monetized, then you can have the option to opt out. That is not the case for Facebook or Instagram or Snapchat or TikTok or anything like this. You have no choice. Immediately, your data gets monetized. They're making money off your data, and then you're now receiving like some weird spam calls or something like that, trying to get sold something random. You have the ability to opt in or opt out. And for your opting in, not only are you asked, like with respect, do you want your data monetized? But for that monetization, you're going to get rewarded for your interaction. Not only is that so much different than the way that traditional social medias go, not only are you not asked if you want your data shared, but you don't get any rewards for it, right? You don't get any rewards for that. Smart Places is seeking to change that dynamic. And so there's ways where you can get a little bit of these Smarty tokens as you interact. We're going to continue. You can join local events, participate in user-created local events. Participants and hosts will both be rewarded by the ecosystem. Charity environment-friendly events can apply for tokens provided by the Smart Places Treasury. Charity events, local events. Look, it has an Avis rental car thing kind of going on here. Traditional apps. Smart Places is going to be a comprehensive social media platform where it'll be a little bit like Facebook, a little bit like Uber on there, a little bit like Waze. And I think that a lot of these social medias that are kind of singular out there trying to do other things, like Uber's trying to do Uber Eats or whatever, Smart Places is going to build a way for all that to interact from the very beginning with an onboarding ramp for these businesses to easily chime into this blockchain protocol and kind of power up with Smart Places without necessarily having to create their own new application. Okay, it's moderated by AI. Okay, one of their big partners here, Smart Places, is SingularityNet. SingularityNet is one of the most fantastic. If you haven't heard of them, there'll be a video coming out about SingularityNet soon. They are an artificial intelligence beast company that is doing fantastic stuff in that space for the goodness of the world, right? Because there's a lot of controversy around AI, and they're going to be integrating the power of the best AI in this platform. It's going to be really interesting to see how this app rolls out. Okay, explore places, little businesses, there's geolocation services, there's gamification, there's metaverse, a little bit of a preview of how this app will look. And let me ask you, does this look clean, right? Does this look like they're serious, like they're about to put out something nice, like they know what they're doing? Okay, they have videos. Okay, they have videos about business opportunities. We're going to talk about that, and when we get into their app, how it works. These are other YouTube channels that are putting information out about Smart Places, and a list of their partners. We talked about SingularityNet, GeniusX, Every one of these projects is serious. Every one of these projects is actually has a very impressive roadmap and white paper in their own right. Definitely look at some of these if you are interested in taking a step further with Smart Places, or any decision that you're considering to make on a project. I always look at their partners, and if I don't know who their partners are, well, it puts up red flags. See, the thing is, I know like half these partners already from just being in the space for some time. So that gives me a lot more confidence. Here's their roadmap. It's kind of started their initial launch of strategic partnerships in 2022. Q2 of 2022, there was a sale of NFT plots. And then this is the ISPO, okay, that you could have been a part of. It's okay if you missed out. This was the one that I was a part of, that I featured on that Genius X video, multi-token ISPO. Then they were building the LAM plot backend for businesses and stores, and you're going to see this is pretty impressive development that they have been able to release. Further app development and testing, and then their app launch and token generation. That's what TGE is. Voting and new features, okay? And look at their team of advisors. I know several of these people, which gives me, again, a lot of that confidence that some of these advisors and team members have been in this space for a while and they really know what they're doing. Yeah, Hung Lu here, unfortunately, he actually passed away not that long ago from an illness. Really sad. If you watch some of the videos, you might see him there, and he's just a very innovative, pioneering entrepreneur with a deep vision, and it's a very sad thing that he actually passed away. But Bjorn and the rest of the team are kind of taking the flag forward, trying to pay homage to the original vision also of Hung Lu. So it's a beautiful team, okay, of advisors. They have a blog, right? There's no shortage of information. They're not trying to hide anything. Look, this one talks about partnerships. They are very transparent, and you want that. I want that in a protocol that I'm considering. And some of these reads are extremely short, 2-3 minute reads on their Medium, okay? And they're going to be, look, coming soon on multiple mobile platforms, the App Store, Google Play. Yep, it's not that easy to do this. Actually pretty challenging to have something roll out like this. And right now, they're still coming soon. It's still pretty new, okay? So there's a tremendous opportunity. Here is their contact information. You can send them an email if you have any more specific questions. Okay, so that is their website. This is the Smart Places website. They have a robust website. They have a deep vision. They are revolutionizing how we use social media. And I think that we've been able to see as a community, as a humanity, over the past 20 or so years, going on almost 30 years probably at this point, to the vision of social media. And we've seen the pain points, and we've all have frustrations. And I think this is an expression of an actual change. Not an easy thing to tackle. And Smart Places is doing, in my opinion, a fantastic job tackling this issue. Now we're going to look at their light paper. Light paper is basically a white paper, and it's just not as technical. It's not going into the deep math of the math behind the algorithm and all that. And here we are at their light paper. Okay, Smart Places. This is what, if you've never read a light paper, when you click that button, right? When you click that little button over there where it says light paper, blink, you're just gonna, this will pop right up, just like this. I've opened it a little bit, so I've brought it closer so we can see it. It's the version, and they will update these light papers also as new iterations continue to come out. Social ecosystem that rewards users for connecting and interacting. Okay, powered by the Cardano blockchain. So that's the thing. If a social media company out there right now that's got their social media platform already up, obviously, and going, and has been forever and ever, and they want to take advantage of blockchain technology, they could get with Cardano, begin working together, start to integrate their social media platform on a blockchain like Cardano. If I had a big company of any kind, even if it's like just a any kind of a company, to talk to a blockchain, and definitely one like Cardano, would be a wise decision in my view. So here's the current status On traditional social media platforms, users are provided a free service in exchange for their data being monetized by the platform. However, the centralized system makes it impossible for users to know what data is being shared and how it's being used. The social interactions on these platforms also have limitations, and they do not effectively connect people. Instead, they can lead to isolation. Furthermore, they often do not meet the needs of individuals who are seeking real-life interactions, especially in the post-COVID era. Despite the ability to connect with people from around the world, there's a lack of solutions that allow individuals to easily explore their current location or areas they frequently visit. See, when I read this in the white paper, it spoke to me because previously to reading this, I read something that talked about with all of this social media that's going on, we've actually become a more isolated society, right? It's bizarre, right? You think because we have all the social media, we're connecting, we're talking, everybody's connected, then why are we all experiencing this isolation? And that was powerful when I read that, because I think it does. We all participate in social media and in some ways sort of hide behind social media. This is different. This is a different, I think this outcome will be different than the outcome of traditional social medias. Okay, because people are going to be more energized when you know that your connections and your participation is safe and you're respected and you're also being incentivized. I think that powers people, that brings them energy. They feel good. They're like, oh gosh, okay, cool, let's get up, let's go out, let's hang out, let's do this. And maybe some of these tokens could be worth actual value in the real world. They aim to revolutionize the traditional model of social media by introducing connect to earn. Has Facebook ever come out and talked about something like this, connect to earn? In this model, users who choose to share their data will be rewarded by the ecosystem. Are you rewarded by your data being shared on any of these social medias? No. With the use of blockchain technology, data is monetized in a secure, decentralized environment. As blockchain is the power, is the security. The platform provides a variety of tools that encourage real-life social interactions and connect users with others and businesses in their vicinity. These tools cater to both crypto and non-crypto users, leveraging the benefits of decentralization while requiring no prior knowledge of blockchain. So even if you don't understand blockchain and science and the math behind blockchain, you can easily begin to integrate into this system as a business or as a user. Data monetization, and then this just gives you this gives you some really good stats on the global state of data monetization as a market, okay? And you might not be aware, in 2020, it was $1.6 billion industry and is expected to reach $7.7 billion by 2026. Gosh, they're making so much money off of it. And it's really a centralized, right, gathering of money. You know, it's not like that money is then distributed back to the users where you're like, okay, well, that at least feels a little better. Here it gives us some more details on some statistics as it relates to m-commerce. And if you're unfamiliar with what m-commerce is, basically it's electronic commerce conducted on mobile phones. So any commercial transactions that take place via apps or mobile sites is the industry of m-commerce. And that has a massive market, 267 billion, and is expected to grow 27%. Okay? None of which you get capitalized or rewarded by their treasury at all. Okay, so Smart Places is seeking to empower the users and puts the power of data storage, which is essentially what blockchain is. I mean, blockchain essentially is storage. It's a ledger system. It's a massive accounting system. It's a bookkeeping system that houses transactions, cryptocurrencies, currencies, and data and information. And it protects that through the chain of block. And that is what blockchain is. Social media companies of the future recognize that power and are leveraging the power of blockchain to protect that data. And what better place to run a company that protects data other than social media platforms, right? And I think users, once they continue to understand and get educated on what this is, this monetization of data or protection of data, I think many people are going to think differently on how they put their use and where they put their time and where they put their trust. Okay, so Smart Token reward system is designed to reflect the choices made by users in terms of data storage. So in addition to data monetization, users can also control the display of advertisements on the platform. What? That is huge. How many of us just get smacked with an ad when we're watching stuff, or interrupted with an ad? It's almost like disrespectful, right? They just like throw the ad in your face. Imagine having the control, the display of the advertisements without having to pay for that control. See, I think that the way it works now is that you have to pay. You have to become part of their paid program where you're paying every single month. You're not getting any kickback. You're actually paying every month, and then you might not receive ads. Imagine just being able to choose not to. See, the thing is, if you choose not to, you choose to not take part in the connect to earn feature then. So you won't earn. See, to me, that's a lot more superior of a way to handle people, a more respectful way to handle people than to make them pay to not see ads. You can say, oh, if you don't want to see ads, fine, but you're not going to be earning in the ecosystem that way. Okay, fine. Well, I don't want to. Fine. I don't want to earn. I just want to relax and not be smashed with ads, okay? Choosing to show them entirely or partially, okay? Places, communities such as updating their status, posting pictures, receiving likes, and participating in events like beach cleanups will also earn rewards from users. So as the launch date approaches, more information about the reward system will become available with a focus on ensuring the majority of rewards are received by the users. It's really, really exciting. Another thing, it enables businesses differently than the traditional model of social media. Smart Places offers unique benefits for businesses to attract and communicate with customers. Onboarding is easy, and businesses can showcase their products, services, and offers in a unique and innovative way. And then the decision on where and when to display their offerings is left to the business. So the businesses have a lot of control because of the Web3 interface. All these businesses can join Smart Places in this like non-custodial way, right? They don't necessarily have to give up all their data because of the Web3 power. It goes on to talk about the way that they're going to look at and approach integrating businesses. And here's a beauty, decentralization. The objective of Smart Places is to establish a social environment that is powered by its users, where individuals have authority over their personal data and how it's utilized, okay? To attain this vision, the platform adopts blockchain technology, providing users with a secure and decentralized way to earn from their data. This approach keeps user data private and puts users in charge of their information, as opposed to having it managed by centralized corporations. Besides data monetization, Smart Places also places importance on moderation and freedom of speech. So they're going to use AI technology and decentralized cloud services to moderate selected content while preserving users' right to express themselves. And all of this also will probably be governed by the community in a decentralized government system. And that's what I'm seeing with all these blockchain protocols, especially on the Cardano ecosystem as well, where we'll all be able to vote on the way that this blockchain protocol makes its decisions, and that is powerful. Okay, so in the end, Smart Places seeks to create a social environment that is truly user-driven, where users have the power to shape and influence the platform. Whether by voting on new features or monetizing their data, users have the ability to take control of their online experience and play a role in the growth and development of the ecosystem. See, it feels good. That's what I'm saying. I think that the users will feel good. I feel good that when I'm part of this app, and you'll see this app and you look at it for a while, and you can do what I did and just view it for a while, it actually feels good. And then when you get into it, if you decide to get into it, then it feels a lot better. Because I think, wow, what would it be like to actually be doing this with the traditional social media platform? You can't. You're not in the game, right? You're not invited to the table. You're not in the meeting room. You are just kept on the sidelines and treated badly, in my opinion. Smart Places Treasury. That's why, frankly, you cannot, I don't have a Facebook. I stopped doing Facebook and Instagram. I don't do any of those social medias, ever. I just don't. I don't do LinkedIn. I don't do any of that stuff. People tell me, how can you survive? I tell you what, my life has gotten a lot better because I've left the social media world of like oppression, to be honest, in my opinion. You know, and I know that some people handle it a lot better than me. For me personally, it was just difficult. In too much time, I couldn't focus on life, on reality, and it was just taking up too much of my time. So for me personally, I had to let it go, and it was one of the greatest decisions of my life. And with letting it go, I recognized that perhaps social media platforms in the future will build something that I'd be much happier to be a part of. And here we are, 2023, in Smart Places. One of these examples of a protocol that I'm now participating in. I'm kind of getting back into the participation of social media through a blockchain. Smart Places Treasury. I love when companies, blockchain companies, talk about their treasury. Ones that don't, it's shady. It's a red flag. Okay, so Smart Places ecosystem has reserved 30% of its token supply for incentives. This portion of tokens will be managed by the Smart Places Treasury and distributed to active users on the platform. That's a large amount of their tokens to provide to the users as incentives. Okay, that's really interesting. Smart Places Elements. Does this technology look crisp and clean? It does to me. The essential elements and enabler within the Smart Places platform are the Smart Places mobile app and the virtual land plots. Wow, wait till you see these virtual land plot systems. The core of the ecosystem are smart places. So third places where people happen to spend time and potentially like to interact with each other or with their environment. And we're going to get into those land plots here soon enough. It talks about the mobile application and integration, right? Because we all operate on mobile. Here are the virtual land plots, which we'll take a look at and show you how that works, and perhaps even perform a Web3 integration there so you can see how that looks. The Smart Places overview, okay, it protects your data, empowers users. The Smarties is their token. Like you have Ethereum, and then you have ETH, and then you have Cardano, and you have ADA. You have Smart Places, and you have Smarty tokens. Okay, here's their tokenomics. I rush to this page every time I'm looking at a project. I want to see their tokenomics. I want that to be out in the open. I want it to be open for us all to see, and they do. They talk about their seed round, their seed B, their private sale, their initial DEX offering, their initial stake pool offering, the team, how much do they get, the advisors, right? The reserve, developments, liquidity, marketing. It's all here. What's locked, what's vesting, what's going on with the token generation event. Very transparent. And then it goes into that roadmap, which we looked at on their website. Talks about the team again, okay? It talks about the advisors, their partners, disclaimer, and that is definitely something to read. Disclaimers are powerful, right? This isn't financial advice. You have the ability and you have the power to make your own decisions. And that is the reality of how we live in the world. And it's not something that I think we're used to as humanity. Not every one of us is invited to the game, right? We're not invited into the room in the startup of these companies. Okay, if you watch my previous videos or you go on to the Cryptofluency website and you look at my free course, it's a robust, wonderful course that I loved to do for you all, that talks, it's blockchain blueprint course that talks about the fact that you need to be an accredited investor in traditional finance and traditional startups because there's a lot of risk involved. The SEC and the regulation environment is set up such that it protects you from harming yourself by losing money that you might not should invest. This is why this video is out here for you to just educate yourself. You know, educate yourself, look at these projects, start small, see how you feel. Definitely not backing the truck up, as they say, meaning investing a tremendous amount of your money or money that you don't have into these projects that are extremely new. All right, so read the disclaimer. You know, always do your due diligence, always do your own research, make the decisions accordingly. okay, as it relates to you. You can just take your time, take your investment of time serious before you invest any money. That's the way you do it. You invest your time, and then after you've invested a substantial amount of your time, then you can consider with a clearer mind how to invest, or should you invest your money, right? They always say time is money. And I think that that's what we should follow. We should follow putting in our time first and then thinking about the money. And I think most of us do it the opposite way. We see an opportunity, we get struck by the opportunity, and there's a lot of emotion that goes on, and we throw the money into it. I say that we Hail Mary the money and we gamble it in. Then maybe over time you research and you're like, oh my gosh, maybe I shouldn't have put my money into that, right? FTX is the perfect example of that. Everybody just rushed to throw their money in, didn't take any time to vet, research the protocol, the fact that it was a centralized protocol. And there was a lot of problems with FTX, and thank goodness I took my time, invested my time, understood that it wasn't something I was comfortable with, did not then follow with money. I didn't put money into something. So always read the disclaimers and always have that in the back of your mind. The time is money, okay? So your time into it, then perhaps you can consider money. But none of this is financial advice, and it's just an education. It's an education for you, okay? So from here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna look at the Pioneer program. So if we go back onto their website and we're going down their website, we're gonna look back where that Pioneer program tab was right here. And if you click that, you're gonna come to the Pioneer program. Boom. And this is a very short, it looks just like the Litepaper, right? From before, but this is only a few pages, and we'll kind of run through it quickly. And then we'll take you to the app so you can see the product, the initial product that Smart Places built over this past year or so. And here is the Smart Places Pioneer program. So this is if you are taking a step into purchasing an NFT land plot. So who are the pioneers? The owners of the Smart Places NFT land plots are called Smart Places Pioneers. And they're one of the pillars of the Smart Places community's building efforts. To recognize the importance of those early adopters, we are introducing the Smart Places Pioneer program. Smart Places Pioneer program will provide exclusive tools, solutions, and support for pioneers to actively participate in growth of the community and to benefit from the success of the ecosystem. Pioneers will receive a distinctive and exclusive role in both the mobile app and the Discord server to be easily recognized and to gain access to the Pioneer program features. And I will say that to get the role in the Discord server, it is extremely easy, and it kind of goes in line with some of the other projects that I'm familiar with on how you become verified into the Discord with a specific role by connecting your wallet, okay? This is pretty exciting. Pioneer tools and backend. To support pioneers in establishing and growing local presence, Smart Places will set up an onboarding portal for local businesses and organizations. This will be backed up by giving pioneers access to marketing materials, training, and a dedicated point of contact. The Smart Places team will also get involved in direct support and promotion of interesting initiatives brought to us by the pioneers. So there's actually a weekly or monthly discussion where the Smart Places pioneers can join, talk, ask questions, provide initiatives, provide concerns to the team for feedback and for some positive growth change. And that is really exciting right now because it's just starting, it's just growing. Okay, they are just in their beginning startup phase. The Pioneer program is one of the first layers of foundation as it relates to the growth and the scalability of the protocol itself. So to maximize Pioneer rewards for interactions and data monetization that happens on their land plots, pioneers will have access to the database with over 50,000 international advisors brought to Smart Places by their partner Advanced Store. Pioneers will have the option to place ads of their choice on their land plots and benefit from users interacting with those ads. Yep. Token allocation for land plots. And this is the last page. Up to 12,000 smart tokens per land plot. Land plots start to accumulate tokens from the day of minting. If you watched since the beginning of this video, where I go through the website of Smart Places, up at the top bar, they have that minting is live. So when you go to their application and you mint, you take part in minting one of these NFTs, the actual land plot that you just minted begins to accumulate tokens from that very day. After the token generation event in Q3, which has not started yet, when the announcement comes, I'll probably do a video about that. Pioneers will have an opportunity to claim their tokens by downloading the app and connecting their native Cardano wallet. Users that claim tokens before the end of the token accumulation period will halt further accumulation. This only applies to the first 20,000 land plots. I think at the time of this video, there is around 12,000 of those minted. Okay, so there's a substantial amount of space, not for long, but for a certain amount of time. And then this is how the users can claim tokens. Pioneers accumulated tokens through May, June, July, August, and September. He or she receives 1,000 smart tokens times 5 months. So that equals 5,000 tokens per land plot. And this was something that has happened in the past. So you missed out on that, and that's fine. But look at this. Since the 1st of May, 2023, they've gone through their second minting. That's what we're a part of right now. And there's a lot of space left. Pioneer has accumulated tokens through all 12 months. He receives 1,000 smart tokens times 12 months, 12,000 tokens per land plot. So every month you're going to be able to receive a certain amount, around 1,000 smart tokens per land plot that you have, okay? This is the Pioneer program. It's very short, it's concise. Again, if you have more questions, you join their Discord. You say, hello, how are you? I'm interested in joining the Pioneer program, and you will have someone respond and show you more in detail how you can do that. I will now, in the next segment of this video, show you how that actually works also, so that you can learn a little bit more, okay? So without any further ado, we are going to go into their application. So if we go back onto the website and we go back up here to where it says minting is now live, right? We're gonna open the map in real time. And here is the map. And it already syncs to your location. So you can turn your location services on or off, so that the application recognizes where you're at. So this is me. I'm outside of the Philadelphia area. Okay, I live in the area here outside of Philadelphia. And before we really get into this, we're gonna look so we can make sense of what's happening here. Showing every red plot that you see is occupied. Somebody bought this one. Okay, somebody minted this one. Every yellow one, somebody bought and now is selling it on the jpg.store, secondary marketplace. And everything that you see that's green means somebody is reserving that one to buy it at a later time, but the reservation is only about an hour where you have. If you decide that you want to buy a certain lot, it'll reserve it for you for an hour. And then after that hour, you don't buy it, it'll just go back to be available for someone else to buy it. So let's just kind of like back up here for a second. I want you to look at the world. All right, this is our world. And I want you to look at how much traffic is already here on this platform. So this is essentially the world. Look at all this traffic. Look at Europe. Every time you see these yellow ones, this is somebody selling. And look at all of this traffic here. In every country, in every continent, there's a lot going on. But what I want to say to you is there is so much opportunity here. It's not even funny how much space is available for you in your own little hometown, whatever. And how do we think about this? How should we think about this? I think when I first started wrapping my mind around this, I said, well, wow, maybe I'll just do it right where I live. Maybe it'll be places that are popular. I would think the way to approach wrapping your mind around trying to look for a place to consider would be a place that people are going to, like a busy place. Where are people going to? Hotels, amusement parks. So if I type in something like Disneyland, okay, in California, boom, it's just going to go all the way over to there and look, somebody's got Disneyland. Yes. So anytime somebody comes to Disneyland and uses Smart Places and posts pictures and meets and does all this stuff, this person here who owns all the Disneyland aspects, and it's probably different people. So if you click on this, it's owned by this owner here. You can make an offer. You can say, yo, I want to buy that from you, man. I really want that part of Disneyland. And see his last, let's see if this guy has all these Disneylands. Yeah, he's got that one. Nope, see, this is a different address. You see? And so that's what I'm starting to notice, that there's several people that come in and buy different aspects of, you might know this area and say, oh my God, okay, there's a convention center over here. Maybe a lot of people will go to the convention center. There's a marketplace over here. It is like literally kind of mind-boggling when you get into this, where you'll be like, wow, how much space there is to innovate and think, where are the busy places? Do you know of any busy places in Kansas? I don't know where you're from. Okay, but where I'm at in the Philadelphia area, there is still a whole heck of a lot of busy places that are not used up. Okay? You know, for instance, over here, this is Drexel University. This entire area is up for grabs, right? This is University of Pennsylvania. And, you know, I know this area really well. 40th Street, this entire area right here is completely open. So dense and packed. This is the Locust Walk. These are just nothing but shops and businesses. You can also come up here and click the light version, and it can provide a different look, right? See, Chipotle's right there, and McDonald's in the 40th Street parking lot. Look at this. All of this space is available. Okay? A lot of Philadelphia is still available. Chinatown. Now they are going, right? People are understanding the power of this. And you can't find, like if you go over here to Philadelphia, down here, right? And I've noticed this, I've almost like looked at, I spent a lot of time on this, right? I told you I spent a lot of time before I bring this to you. Citizens Bank Park, Lincoln Financial Field, Wells Fargo Centers, right? Yeah, those are good places. Those are good places to have. Oh yeah, I was actually thinking about these two. So let me show you what it would be like to interact. Okay, so this is actually a great example. This is a casino called Live Casino and Hotel, and it's available right there. So I guess it would be like 2 plots that you'd get to have this. This is a very busy casino. Casinos are open 24/7. They never shut down, and so that's a good asset to have, in my opinion. Now there is a lot of congestion on this site, so sometimes these transactions don't work, but we'll see if they do. Okay, let's see if it does. And we'll just go to the night part. Philadelphia Casino Resort and Live Hotel. So let's say I want to purchase this one here. I'm going to, let me see if I purchase this one. I'm just going to click that location, and here it says, I'm going to say add, and see how it turned green, because I put it into a reserve, and then I'm going to click reserve. And then if there isn't too much congestion, okay, so the wallet popped up, the interaction is asking me what wallet. Look, okay, 69 ADA, it's $25 for that. So I have a NAMI, I'm gonna connect with my NAMI. I'm gonna agree to the terms and conditions. I'm gonna show that I'm human. And we gotta check the image that it's a dog. And we're gonna verify. Okay, okay, so we have an hour left to buy this thing. Click buy now. Here we go, sign. Okay, and we're processing the purchase. Look at that, so 69 ADA. So every single plot that you see here, every single plot is 69 ADA, $25. Now, remember, immediately upon mint day, you are gaining smart tokens from the very mint that you're gonna be able to claim through your plot. Maybe later on we'll go to jpg.store and I'll show you that there are lots of selling going on in the secondary markets way higher than this 69 ADA value. The way that I look at this opportunity is there is like 3 or 4 ways to look at this. One way is that you're going to buy these land plots, you're going to hold them forever, and you're going to work with Smart Places and work with these businesses and utilize traffic from the eventual adoption of the app on your little plot. That's one way. Second way is buying and selling them on the secondary markets for higher prices. Somebody might say, oh my God, yeah, that casino is a great place to buy. I want to buy that from Derek, and I'm willing to spend, $1,000 on it or what have you, right? And that's another way. Purchase went through. Sometimes it takes a little longer. Sometimes it takes a little less. You can share it on Twitter if you have Twitter or whatever, and you can view. And then boom. So I'm going to click away from that. This is going to stay green for a while. And then look, if I back up all the way to the world, you'll see how you can see that green dot still, right? And so when this gets confirmed on the blockchain and the token gets into my wallet, that will turn red, and then that will be officially in my wallet. Now notice I didn't connect to my wallet yet, right? I didn't have to connect to my wallet to purchase that. So this is another feature of Web3. I already have my wallet selected into this platform, so it recognizes my wallet, but I don't need to connect it to purchase one of these land plots. Now I will connect my wallet and show you what I've kind of done with this project so far, but I'm just trying to let you know that's another example of there's still stuff available. And then, you might live in New Jersey or wherever. You go over here, Atlantic City, right? Atlantic City, there's casinos, Las Vegas. You're thinking, where in the heck are people busiest? Like, where are the most tourist attractions? You can start with your own little towns, because that's the thing. There's a lot of little towns all across every state. And so wherever you're from, you might know of like a strip of stores and restaurants and shops that nobody really knows about. And it might be near you, so it'd be easy for you to connect. I'm going to connect my wallet and show you what I've been able to do here so far, okay? I'll show you kind of how I started. So let's connect my wallet. These are wallets that I have that this application will recognize. I've actually purchased NFTs on all these 3 wallets, Giro, Lace, and Nami. Okay, so we'll go to the Nami wallet, which is the main wallet that I have connected with this. And now look at what you're seeing. You're seeing right now, every single one of these little dots is one of the land plots that I've gotten. Okay, so I started in the Philadelphia area, around where I'm at. Let's take a look at some of these that I've thought were maybe busier than others. Start up here, Phoenixville. Phoenixville, this is another example. This right here, this area right here is huge with shops, breweries, and restaurants. You'll never know about this, right? You don't know about Phoenixville if you're from California or something. I mean, unless you're from this area, you have no idea that Phoenixville is such a robust, popular place. So for these 3 little land plots, boom, got me the entire strip of Phoenixville. Let's check in another one. Oh yeah, these guys up here. This is the Valley Forge Casino Resort. Look at that, open 24/7. And then it's got this amazing escape room over here. I think that there's a lot of people that go there. It's a busy place. Somebody over here, not me, right? Because now my wallet is connected, you'll see a droplet over every one of the entities that I have, but this person got the entire King of Prussia Mall. That's major. Major, major, major. Wayne, here's another example of like a hidden gem, right? That only you know about if you're in your like local community. Okay, Wayne, this area right here is just dense with shops and restaurants and stuff like this. Okay, Margaret Quo's. Where else? So we're staying local here. Where else did I have some local stuff? Oh yeah, over here. This one I really like this one here. Longwood Gardens. This was a good one that I got. Longwood Gardens. This is a huge outdoor arboretum. It is densely packed with tons of travelers and visitors from across the world. It is beautiful, this place, Longwood Gardens. I mean, there's bus parking. It is a huge place. The Idea Garden. This is like something, this building here is something like you've never seen before. This indoor open air theater, tree houses. I know about Longwood Gardens, right? I know that this is a very popular spot. So I'm excited about it. Here's another little guy, a little one-off, right? A little one-off here, over here. Lynn Villa Orchards. They are very popular. During the seasons, they have a big pumpkin patch, they have hay rides. They are extremely popular where I'm from. And you can go there, they have a market, they have food, they have selling, and they have a tremendous amount of events. Very, very popular place. Plus, I'm thinking maybe I can go to them and collaborate with them, right? Media, another example. It's kind of like Phoenixville, right? Media is just a dense, populated place where people go to all the time. State Street, okay, right here. This place, State Street, is so jam-packed with tons of businesses and restaurants, and it has a very distinct community. Okay, so media is another example. The Philadelphia airport, you guessed it. I was thinking, yeah, people come out and they go to the Philadelphia airport. Now, just to let you know that these two here I also got, and they're on my Lace wallet. Okay, so I was kind of like thinking, I know that the international entrances here, these are the popular entrances, but look, there's still more here. There's still more to get. Okay, Philadelphia airport. Okay, Manayunk. Manayunk's another place. This is a huge strip right here, massive. This is one of the first ones I got. I was so excited because this entire strip here is just riddled with bars and just everything. You know, it's hard to imagine, right? It's hard to understand how many businesses are right here. And these lamp plots are big. They serve a large imprint. Okay, they have a large space. And then more locally, Ardmore, there's this outdoor mall called Suburban Square. It's so popular where I'm from. There's restaurants. There's like a open promenade of walking. Everything's open, right? And then there's like Lululemon and Williams-Sonoma. There's so many. Tired Hands Fermentary, which is this extremely popular brewery where I'm at. Suburban Square, right? Another example. And then over here, this is where I had a business one time, and it's a little tiny square. And for sentimental reasons, I got this one. Plus, there's a train station here. There's a White Dog Cafe. There's a coffee place, and for sentimental reasons, I felt like I wanted to get that one also. And then I started to think, well, gosh, what's in the city? You know, and I was a little later to this game. I mean, somebody got all of the big city, but I also knew the city. And because I know the city like the back of my hand, I actually lived in the city for like 10 years, you know, I knew this is where I first lived, in the Fairmount section. And here's this Eastern State Penitentiary. Okay, this is where Al Capone was housed. They do tours every single day, and then in Halloween, this turns into a huge like scare place where you go in and people come from everywhere to go through the terror behind the walls, they call it. It's one of the greatest Halloween attractions you could ever go to. Plus this entire Fairmount Ave, okay? Right, somebody's got this over here. Somebody's got this over here and all that, but man, these are just nothing but restaurants and businesses all the way through. So there's another example. Oh, I love these ones, these two. So somebody was able to pretty much capture a lot of Center City and the Philadelphia Museum of Art up there, right? But what I noticed, that the Franklin Institute was sitting over here hanging out, up for grabs. I thought, well, okay, well, the Barnes Foundation and the Rodin Museum. And when they have these big, huge, like Live 8 concerts and stuff at the Museum of Art, this entire strip gets filled up with people. And so, yeah, I'm pretty happy with the Franklin Institute and Franklin Parkway. Northern Liberties is a very popular place in this city, okay, where there is a tremendous amount of stores, a standard tap. These are all businesses and restaurants, and people just go here. This entire little strip, right? There's tons of these restaurants over here. This is a big piazza. I used to work at this piazza. And you have to kind of know, you know, what I do is I actually have Google Maps on my phone also, especially when I start, I'll show you, I'll take you to some areas around the world that I have no idea about. Google Maps will give you a better description of more detailed, like what businesses are there. And then I come over here, Frankfurt Avenue is huge. This is like Fishtown area, so we're getting into Fishtown. Very popular. I lived in Fishtown for 2 years. These are just dense. I'm telling you, this is just nothing but hangout spots and cafes and businesses of all kinds. Oh yeah, Rivers Casino, Philadelphia. Got the casino down here. Okay, we got the Soundgarden Hall, right? And like all these little places, like you don't know, right? You don't know that they're here. They're not a part of the center of Philadelphia. And these spots are everywhere in every city. If you really look at where your hometown is, okay. Old City. This is another. The Betsy Ross House. What? This is a very touristy spot. Betsy Ross House. 2nd Street down here is like the biggest hangout spot in Old City. So it was exciting. It was exciting. Somebody came and got all these other ones and kind of left these hanging out for me. And South Street. I don't know if you've ever heard South Street. South Street's an extremely popular place. Theater of the Living Arts. They do performances here all the time. And I was able to capture these two. I was able to capture the rest of South Street down here, okay? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I'm excited about this one. So somebody got Pat's and Gino's. When you think about Philadelphia, you think of cheesesteaks, don't you? Yeah, Pat's and Gino's is like the iconic cheesesteak place of the century. This is Pat's, this is Gino's. And if you don't know, right, because it's not listed there, unless you know or you have Google Maps, you wouldn't know that Gino's was even sitting right there. But this person knew that this was here. But what I recognized, you know, when you look at my videos in the background, you see a picture of Rocky with his hands up. So where did Rocky run down the Italian market? Right here down 9th Street. Actually, this right here, this strip right here is where you see Rocky running down. Sabrina's Cafe, dense with businesses and all kinds of stuff. And it just has this history, dense right here. So I have this. I have like this fish market. We got the Rocky Balboa. Ralph's is a famous Italian restaurant. What I love about this one is it kind of takes me to South Street again. And you know, I don't have this plot and that plot, but I got this little plot of South Street here, which I'm actually like really excited about. Okay, this little from like 8th and 7th, and there's just a ton of businesses here. So we got a little bit of South Street up in the mix, you know? And then because I know the city like the back of my hand, Passyunk Ave. If you're from the Philadelphia area and you're watching this, you're probably like, dude, this guy knows what's up. Okay, because Passyunk Ave is beastly with just this whole strip is so densely packed with businesses, restaurants. You know, you got to think, where are people going to like come in and check into a place or what have you, right? Passyunk Ave is one of those spots. And that kind of wraps up this immediate area where I like live, okay, right? Oh yeah, Peddler's Village up here. Peddler's Village. This is a really, really boutique spot. This whole place is like open to walk. There's like tons of, all these are restaurants and businesses. It's a really, really popular place. They do a light show for Christmas every year. They do these gingerbread housing competition. And somebody, because I actually was thinking about this place when I first came over here. This is New Hope, but somebody already got it all up. You know, good for them, man. They got all that New Hope, but they left Peddler's Village hanging out for me, right? So I was able to capture Peddler's Village. All right, you saw, I got some AC, I got some Atlantic City. Now, full disclosure, I got the AC a little late, right? Most of the AC was taken up, but because I know this area, I thought it would be worthy to take a look. And so all the major casinos down here were taken. Good. They got the Caesars, the Tropicana, and all these. But what I noticed was hanging out, okay, the Borgata. The Borgata. So I'm thinking, you know, I could either in the future, in my view, could this be valuable for somebody? Like, will somebody want to purchase this cluster from me? Or do I want to just use it in a line with Smart Places? The Borgata, dude, it's one of the premier casinos in AC. And so I missed out on the other casinos, but you know what else I saw was hanging out? Oh yeah, the AC Atlantic City Convention Center. That's what this building is. The Atlantic City Convention Center. Miss America Way, the Sheraton Convention Center. This is like an outdoor mall again with Applebee's and J. Crew and businesses galore going down here. It's like these pictures don't do it justice. Again, take Google Maps out. And so I captured this entire little region here. AC, very, very exciting, right? Very exciting. And again, these little land plots, they are a $25 per land plot. Okay, so it's an investment. You have to think about it, and it's not like you're getting these all at once. I mean, I just got the live one. I haven't got one for a while. I just got that live one, and we'll see if that showed itself available. Cape May, okay, Cape May. What? You've heard of Cape May? Cape May. There's a big area here. This area right here. Where every time you see these like dotted lines, this is not a street. This is where pedestrians walk. Nothing but the busiest businesses. This is like the biggest strip in Cape May. So I was just like, all right, you know, my wife and I, we like going to Cape May. We have friends in Cape May, so I'm like, all right. See, sometimes you choose places that you might know about, right? So let's see if over there in see, it didn't pop up that we owned Live Hotel. But that's my address, so I can probably refresh that and it'll show up. What happened was when I connected my wallet, it was probably still going through that process, but that's my address. Okay, so I can probably refresh. See how that says AG6? Okay, I'll just to show you, it's my address there. That's my address, right? So I own that one, AG6. Right? So whoever owns this one, see, that's a different address. That's not me. Okay? So yeah, you know, the next time you refresh this, that one will pop up. And in fact, I'm going to probably get this other one here. So I have that entire casino down there, right? And this person here, this person that got the Wells Fargo Centers could have been from another area of the world. It didn't really know that was even sitting there. And that's what I noticed too. So I thought, well, where else? Where else is busy, right? Where else is busy? Okay, where else? And let's check it out, right? So you see I have some down here in Miami. This is Clearwater. Let's go to Clearwater. I'll show you this. I researched. I started to do research. Like, what are some popular beaches, right? People like posting stuff on beaches. Clearwater popped up, and it was just kind of hanging out and available, right? See, these aren't mine. These are someone else's, but I was able to snag up a few, and this is like a beach resort. This is another beach resort. The hotel here is another hotel. Here's another hotel and another hotel, right? So I was thinking in terms of like hotels and all that. And let's go to Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi. Yep. So the kind of darker blue purplish dot is just the location of Abu Dhabi, and I started to expand. What brought me to Abu Dhabi? I used to be into mixed martial arts competitively, and you know, the UFC and lots of other places. I heard about the Etihad Center. Now, I got to Abu Dhabi late, I will say, right? I got to it late. A lot of the beautiful stuff was taken, but nobody snagged the Etihad Arena. Okay? This is huge for me, in my opinion. And then it kind of goes into this Hilton, right? So the Etihad Arena was one. Look at this person over here. This is the Yas Mall, Ferrari World. It's like pretty wild. Warner Bros. Abu Dhabi. What is this? This right up here. This is a Formula One racing venue. Okay? And these are the grandstands. You can actually purchase that and get a grandstand there. The West Grandstand. This is a Formula One state-of-the-art racing center. Where else did I snag? What else did I snag up in Abu Dhabi, right? And the reason I show you Abu Dhabi, there is so much opportunity. There are so many 5-star hotels and things everywhere here. It's, you know, you just have to almost like stop. You know, you have to budget and stop. This here, Khazar Holson, this is the oldest building in Abu Dhabi. This is the oldest building, and there's a lot of tourists that want to go here and take a picture and post it on Smart Places. This place over here, what is this? Oh yeah, the Abu Dhabi Theater. Super cool. And I researched, like I go to the website, I type in Abu Dhabi Theater because I don't know this area. I've never been to Abu Dhabi. And I'm like, okay, yeah. And I see that there's a lot of stuff that goes on there. I searched that on the website. I knew about the Etihad Arena. That's what brought me there. Oh yeah, what is this? The new presidential palace where the president lives. And it's actually a touristy spot. So I kind of snagged up one of those. But look at all this other stuff that's available. Like this friggin' thing right here. The Hotel Palace. This is massive. There are so many places in Abu Dhabi. When I got to Abu Dhabi, I thought, oh my gosh, why didn't I start at Abu Dhabi and not where like my house was or whatever, right? And then in Dubai, right? Dubai is another just massive area of travel, and people come here all the time. And you can think of it like that, like, okay. And so all the Abu Dhabi or Dubai was taken up, and frankly, I just don't know about it enough. But I got this little Dubai garden glow place. This place is huge at night. They do these massive light shows of sorts, and I'm thinking, okay, you know, I got my little hand in Abu Dhabi. All right, so there is so much opportunity to get informed about with this platform, right? In its very beginning. I guess this is a very good stadium here, the Hassan bin Zayed Stadium. And I researched the stadium, like, oh my gosh, okay, they do great stuff. So you should think about it, man. You know, it's like, it's just something to consider. It's something to think of, okay? Oh yeah, we got something in Africa. Let's go. I really am passionate about Africa. I love Africa. And I had never heard of this beach before. But when I was searching beaches, it brought me to this beautiful beach in Kenya called Diani Beach. And this beach is beautiful. White sands like never before. And look at these resorts. Hajjal Beach Boutique Resort, next resort here. This is another resort here. The Leopard Beach Resort. But there's so much opportunity everywhere. And I think that over time, these will get gobbled up in the minting process. It's just, you'll have fun, right? You kind of have fun going through your mind like, oh, you have a hand in building it with all these other people, like all these people across the world. Look at them all, you know, and you're kind of part of it. And that's just like really kind of exciting to me. This is another one I'm really proud of in Brazil, Rio de Janeiro. You know, I'm a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu player. I love Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and I love Brazil. Never been to Brazil, but, you know, and this was all gobbled up, Copacabana Beach. Go ahead and do your research. And this beach here, Ipanema Beach, is huge also. We're talking just dense, right? And you know, Brazil, dense. They're doing stuff with blockchain, and I'm thinking, I think this is like some 5-star hotels within these plots, and I'm thinking this will be really cool. Plus, it'll get me to Brazil. I want to go to Brazil. I want to go to Kenya. I want to go to Dubai. I want to go to Africa. I hope that this Smart Places takes me to these places where I can do some business or some work with some of these peeps over there, right? And explore some of these worlds and see some of this in my own right. This is a beautiful hotel, okay? And get on maps. Don't just look at this. Get on maps, use maps also, because some of the businesses are registered on maps. That's what this is. See, eventually what you will do is get with this business, this hotel, and register it here with Smart Places so it pops up. That's what Google is. When you look at Google Maps or you look at Waze or you look at one of these applications, they have done that process. And through these pioneers, we're going to be a part of doing that and registering these businesses. See how it says 0 of 4 completed? I will go through a process of writing the descriptions in businesses and then going to these businesses and featuring them in and registering them on this app, so then people can notice that their businesses are there and travel to, you know, the beach here at Copacabana. So I got these two. I was able to snipe these two. Beautiful. This is a super dense place. There's like outdoor bars everywhere. Really cool place. Again, it's just a bunch of hotels and just there's so much more space. There's another part of the beach right there. For $25, right? You can get that little spot and start earning the token rewards right away, okay? And so it feels exciting to be part of it. That's how it feels for me. You know, my wife and I, with our son, we went to San Francisco, right? We're like, we love San Francisco, okay? San Francisco was taken up. I was not early to this game because I take my time. I'm willing to sacrifice maybe some of the best of everything with taking my time and using due diligence. But what was available? The place we love in San Francisco the most, Sausalito. So beautiful here. Check out Sausalito. Just nothing but dense restaurants and strip all over the place. This marina, these are just bars and one after another, shops and bars and shops and bars, one after another here. Dense, okay? There is so much opportunity still. Like just still, look at all this. It's just everywhere up for the grabs. And it's just one little plot. What about this place? The gold, you know, all this area here. This is available, I noticed. The Bay Area Discovery Museum. This is potentially one of the busiest places where everybody comes and parks and takes pictures and posts potentially on Smart Places. Completely up for grabs, okay? And it's just beginning. It's just beginning. And so I hope that you can see through this interactive app, but the app is, in my opinion, state of the art. It really does produce. It impresses. Wonderful. And this is the Web3 application, right? My wallet is connected to this application. So once I have my wallet set up, then I can connect the wallet to this app and get plugged right in. You saw when I first started this, when I bought the live casino plot in Philadelphia, that I wasn't connected. But then I connected it, and then now you can see all the plots. Now I could transfer these NFTs to different wallets and trade them or put them on jpg.store or what have you. Okay, here's the last one I'll show you. For some reason I thought of the Ark Encounter. You know the Ark Encounter? Where they have the replication of Noah's Ark It's one of the busiest tourist places ever. And I was like, boom, this is like in the beginning when I was thinking in my local area, and I thought Ark Encounter, and it was there available. So boom, snagged it up. Okay, snagged up that Ark Encounter because, right, a lot of traffic, a lot of pictures, a lot of families, a lot of field trips, a lot of social people that are going to come on and post. And if it's a connect to earn kind of a thing, well, you know, hey, I like watching the Masters, the golf tournament. Come on, there it is, available. The clubhouse, okay? So I'm like, I don't know, you know, I don't know, but maybe there will be some value, right? You don't know, I don't know. There's nothing is promised, right? Remember that disclaimer that we read when we looked at their white paper and their pioneer program. It's all speculative, right? So you can kind of do your due diligence, do your own research to see if that is right for you, right? So let me disconnect this wallet. We'll disconnect it. And then how about I refresh the page? Then what I want to do is connect it to see if that, to show you if, what happened over here. See how that popped up over here? I just wanted to show you in case you're like, I don't know. See how now that lists as one of mine. Okay, one of my new added plots. So that is Smart Places in a nutshell. A social media platform being built on one of the greatest blockchains, in my opinion, Cardano. And it shows some impressive features. The technology is good. The user interface feels really good. It feels really natural, especially as it's their initial product. And Smart Places, in my opinion, has a lot of room for the upside. And it's just fun to be a part of something that's growing, something that so many people are participating in and growing with across every continent. There's just a feeling that I love personally being one of those people. And maybe you can see this opportunity now more clearly having watched the video. Okay, so I know that was a little bit of an extensive deep dive into Smart Places. And I hope that there's a little spot near where you live that you could jump on their app. There's no commitment. You could just jump on their app and search around. Just look around the planet Earth for a spot that might be near you that's exciting. And you can reread the websites and the light papers and check out some of their team more in depth. If you have any questions or concerns, reach out to their Discord. They're really great people. They do respond. And I can say nothing but the best about this team. So cheers, stay strong, stay informed, and always be prepared. And we'll see you in the next video soon.